Today we'd like to demonstrate for you a dish utilizing a lot of the items that you can find at your local main source. We're going to utilize some mark-on produce, some of our local produce, and some of our signature brands like Culinary Secret and Katie's Kitchen. You know, one thing before we start that a lot of folks aren't aware of is although Maine's is a very large company, we do a lot of local buying and a lot of co-oping with local producers. In the summer especially, we do a lot of buying with New York State farms. Also, a lot of products that we put our name on are actually a lot of products like our IQF vegetables and some of our canned fruits. A lot of these products are actually grown right in your own local areas by producers that directly impact your local economy. So although Maine's is a large company, we're thinking about the local economy and we're thinking about people in your general area. So when you shop here, you can buy in good conscience and know that you're supporting your local growers. Today what we want to do is we want to talk to you about an actual chicken dish. Now this is kind of a fun dish to do during the summer because it takes advantage of local corn, some fresh herbs, and of course some delicious chicken. And one of my favorite things is a risotto. Now people usually think about risotto as a comfort food, something maybe that you would eat during the cold months. But with the addition of a couple of ingredients, you can actually lighten up some of the risotto dishes. You can lighten up the flavor profile, and it actually becomes a rather refreshing dish that goes very well with some of the items that you can find in the summer. I don't think anybody will regret having this dish. So today we're going to do a pan-roasted chicken with a sweet corn and green onion risotto, and then we're also going to garnish it with a little bit of a garlic and roasted red pepper sauce. It's a delicious dish that I think you're really going to like. We've gone ahead and we've roasted the chicken, and what I like to do is I like to pan roast the chicken so it's skin side down so the skin gets a chance to actually really crisp up. It's really delicious, but yet the meat stays very nice and tender. The other thing that we do is we utilize a risotto. Now a lot of folks don't realize you can make risotto about 90% of the way ahead of time and then refrigerate it. That way when it comes time to feed your guests, all you have to do is take a little bit of chicken stock and some of that risotto that's been cooked 90% of the way, and then you can just, a couple of minutes and you can finish that dish right off. So you haven't got to, spend a half an hour over a pot stirring risotto while your guests are waiting around for dinner. So that's what we've done. And we have our risotto, it's already hot, it already has the stock mixed in. All we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more stock and some green onions and some sweet corn just to warm it through. You know, one of the nice things about Main Source, again, is that we do a lot of local buying. And we try to co-op with our local buyers, and we buy a lot of New York State sweet corn. Another thing that we do is our relationships are so good with a lot of growers is that when the corn season starts in Florida, we're getting the best of the crop down south and bringing it up to you overnight so you can enjoy it in your Main Source store. So we're just going to add a little bit of sweet corn, some green onion. The risotto is already seasoned. We're also going to add some Parmesan cheese. And we're going to give that a stir until it's nice and creamy. In the meantime, while that's warming up, we have our sauce of roasted red peppers, a little bit of Katie's Kitchen chicken stock, a little bit of garlic, and that's been cooking down, so trying to capture the sweetness from that roasted red pepper. It's going to play off very nicely of the sweetness with the sweet corn. Another thing to think about, even though I'm showing this dish to you today with chicken, this dish would actually go very, very well with grilled fish, also grilled pork, or any sort of, or even beef if you wanted to. The nice thing about Main Source is that we have a full-service butcher shop with very reactive butchers. They don't just cut what they want to cut and then put it out. All the Main Source stores are available with butchers that'll do custom cutting and fill custom orders for you. So whether you're cooking dinner for 2 people or for 200 people, if you give them enough time to set up, we'll be able to procure the product for you. It's another thing, you can't find that in every grocery store. It gives you the idea that you actually still have access to a custom butcher that you have a good relationship with. So, now we have our risotto. You can see that it's nice and creamy. A lot of folks think that risotto should be thick. It should not be thick. It actually comes with its own sauce, and that's the idea behind using arborio rice when you make risotto. So, we have our risotto. I wish you could smell this because it smells delicious. The green onions are just incredible with sweet corn. And that sweet corn that I use actually came right off the cob, and I just shaved it off the cob right with a sharp knife. The Parmesan goes wonderfully with the risotto, plays off nicely with the sweet corn. The sweet corn has a great texture with the inside the creamy risotto. And we have a roasted chicken breast we're going to put right on top there. And then we have our sauce. Another thing that I'd like to do with a lot of my pan sauces, especially in the summer, is I like to give them a little pinch of sliced Italian parsley. It gives a little freshness to it, and also just a little drizzle of olive oil. And the extra virgin olive oil from Trifolio is absolutely delicious, fresh, bright, fruity, and really goes nicely with this sort of preparation. And we're just going to put some of this sauce right around the outside of our chicken dish. And not only is it going to be delicious, but it's beautiful too. And there you go, folks. That's your pan roasted chicken with a sweet corn and green onion risotto, along with a roasted bell pepper sauce. You know, looking at this dish now, I think I've seen a lot of TV shows with a lot of really, really good chefs out there that have prepared dishes just like this. But I just demonstrated to you how you can actually recreate this dish at home using the very same ingredients that they're using, and you can still glean the same results at home instead of having to pay maybe 3 or 4 times as much by going to a restaurant. Can't eat out all the time, but you can still get the quality at home if you go to Main Source. Thanks for coming today, folks. Have a great day.